Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello, hello? Coming in like phone guy? It's been a while. Can you all hear me? I I got so nervous. I got so nervous because I was sitting there like I'm gonna forget how all of the technology works. I'm gonna forget how to do any of this, and then I'll look foolish in front of the whole internet. And so I was ready 40 minutes ago. I've tried so hard to be productive before starting, and I was like, I can get so much done, and then this just constant gnawing worry was inside of me. It's like, you don't remember how any of the technology works. The technology is incredibly simple. OBS is very user-friendly. But I'm like, oh, I'm gonna forget. So I've been prepared for like a long while now. I've just been like waiting. I've been scrolling on TikTok, just getting ready. So I'm here. We're doing it. It's been a while. It's been a while, especially since we've done a chatting stream. I was doing a lot of gameplay stuff, and now we're just gonna have some chat stuff happening today. So if you're wondering where I've been, I just didn't feel like streaming, and that's all it is. It feels like it should be like more of a thing to be like, you haven't streamed in, I think someone said it's been 2 months. So, like, you haven't streamed in 2 months. Hark, tell us the grand story as to why this turn of events could have happened. I just didn't feel like it. That's because, which is one of the two main things I go by with my life is if you're not interested in doing it, don't force yourself to do it. Because this is something my art teacher in first grade told me, or in elementary school somewhere. But it was, if you aren't feeling it, like you don't have any drive to do, especially with a creative endeavor, if you're not feeling it, don't force yourself to do it. If there's something else you would rather be doing, focus on that. Because if you force yourself to do the thing that you don't feel like doing, it's not going to turn out as good as you want it to be. So you won't have fun doing it. It's not going to be as good as the standards you would like to set for it. And anyone who is going to engage with it outside of you is going to have a lesser quality experience because of those two other things. So instead, just focus on the thing you do want to do. And so I try to do that in general with life. And it works amazingly. It helps make me happy, but also it means I have so many things that are like half-finished products. like Little Frog Witch, my comic. Someone left a comment on my anniversary Q&A video, and it's like, oh, are we gonna get more Little Frog Witch? And I would love to, but there's other things I want to do. So, that's why if I had a superpower, it would be super speed. Because then I could get all of my projects done so much faster, and then I would have all of my things done. But I was a little bit productive before starting stream. I've been working on a new animation. It's a much longer one, much more adventurous. It's my same girls, like the Join the Guild animation I did. Did you all see that? Did you all like that one? I had so much fun with it. Their names are Jazz, Cassie, and Stella. So I've fallen in love with them, and I'm working on a much bigger project. Today, though, I animated 1 second of animation. It was literally 24 frames exactly, and it took me 30 minutes. Which is, it doesn't sound like great runtime, but... So, that's what I've been doing. Been doing a lot of things. Been doing the daily RWBY reviews. Have you all been enjoying that? It's been a thing I've wanted to do for like a year now. Over a year. I was watching a video. I think the YouTuber's name is Emily. They were doing a video about Channel Awesome, specifically the Nostalgia Critic. And they also had another video about AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd. Great video essays, highly recommend them. But they were talking about like Disney-cember, which Nostalgia Critic used to do, and AVGN had one for Halloween movies, as well. I never watched AVGN, so I don't know the specifics of it. But it's like the idea of doing like a daily mini review thing seems fun to me. And I'm like, I want to try it. And then things kind of just like lined up. And initially the daily reviews was going to be like later in the year or early next year. But things moved around and changed, and I'm like, you know what? October's the time! Do daily reviews now! And I had finished writing, like I had just a burst of inspiration, and I wrote all of the scripts for them in like 2 to 3 days. And so I'm like, okay, well, I have all the scripts ready. I could just do that. And so that's what I've been doing. I've just been busy with like bigger projects, and that's why I haven't been streaming. So, that's what I've been up to. What have you all been doing? Everyone's had those days. True. Yeah, true. They're some of the best ones, when you're just like, I'm filled with energy. I'm gonna get this thing done. And then you get so much work done. It's like, this is amazing. Why can't I feel like this every day? Let me just get water check. I haven't done this in a while. So you gotta make sure to drink your water. Grab your water. Drink your water. Stay hydrated. Thoughts on the Ring of Fire eclipse? Oh yeah, that's happening tomorrow, isn't it? I have no outstanding thoughts. I've seen eclipses before. I feel like it's one of those things. This is gonna sound so, like, blasé. It's one of those things where I'm like, if you see it once, I don't think seeing it another time is really gonna be all that different. But I'm more excited to see what cool pictures people are coming out with, because they always take really cool pictures of solar eclipses. I'd rather see that than see it in person, you know? Yeah, there's supposed to be an eclipse tomorrow, a solar eclipse, I think. I don't know. Vox Machina Season 2, I was thinking about it. That's one that I know is going to be really long. The really long ones are like, always take a long time to work on. And I'm just not, I don't know if I'm ready. I also have to rewatch it, because it's been a while since I've seen the season. I do want to do it eventually, though. I'll get to it. One thing I've been working on, I've been writing, I'm working on a fun video that's kind of Halloween themed, at least October spooky time themed. I'm super excited about that. It's weird, because I did the daily RWBY reviews, and the intention was like, and then you won't have to worry about making more content. And then I've made so much content this week. I had my merch announcement, I had that video talking about the Rooster Teeth's website, I'm streaming now, so it's 3 things on top of the weekly RWBY reviews, or the daily RWBY reviews. And it's like, I'm doing a lot. Whoops. I saw someone, I think it was Eric, ask about my thoughts on the RWBY VTubing thing. I'm not interested in it. I don't think RWBY as a character is interesting enough to want to watch a whole stream of her, you know? Like, and I don't think anyone in the RWBY universe is interesting enough that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna watch them be a VTuber, you know? I don't like her model. I think it looks fine sometimes. I don't like the hands. I think it's really weird. They put a lot of effort into the hand model. Like, there's a lot going on, which I think is so weird, because most VTuber models, like, their face does a lot, but their hands are kind of like, you don't even see their hands very often. So it's weird that they prioritize that. It doesn't look awful. There's a shot, thank you, Wild Pilot. I've said it before, but damn, Critter, so much content and treats for this month. It's because it's trick-or-treating time. I don't want to trick you, I just want to give you all these treats. Thank you so much, Wild Pilot. I also just like, because I like just having stuff for you all to watch, you know? I like having things, and I get excited, and it's like, oh, I could wait and, like, spread out these videos more, but I'm like, but I want you all to see. I want you all to have something to watch every day. That's been the best part about these daily RWBY reviews, is, like, I just sit there and think, this would be great for when you want something to watch during lunch. There's always something there for you to see. But with the RWBY VTubing, There's a clip I used in my Rooster Teeth website review. Thank you, Spring. Aw, thank you. Would you be interested in reviewing your fans series? I'd love to see and hear you talk about other people's fan series and characters. Totally, probably, you know, like leave links places. I will check it out. There's a couple of things that I do want to talk about that I've never gotten to. That's not like a production house type of show, like Betsy Lee's No Evil series on YouTube. I thought about talking about that before. I haven't gotten around to it. Like how I have my Pride video, you know? There's lots of things. Like, I'm always looking for new things to engage with. And so if you have stuff, let me know about it. I would totally be interested in seeing it. What was I saying? Right, RWBY, the VTubing thing. There's a point where RWBY looks and Yang is there. Their faces, when they're like turned slightly, they don't look great. Yang's model in general looks like lower quality than RWBY's. It feels like they rushed to make it, and I don't know why they even bothered, because I haven't heard anything of like Barbara also doing streaming things like this. So I don't know. Did they just rush it out so they could have like a gag moment at one point in time? I don't know. Her face doesn't look right. It's, you know, it's an interesting direction. It makes sense with the history of Rooster Teeth and especially Achievement Hunter. They've been doing gameplay stuff their whole YouTube lives. And so it makes sense that they would, as Let's Plays have gotten less and less popular and live streams have gotten more and more popular, I'm amazed it's actually taken them this long to hop onto this bandwagon. But I don't think they're going about it the right way. Because also, RWBY's not even playing games yet. Like, she's going to be soon. She's just been doing, like, little mini announcement type videos, which, I don't know. Like, it's fine. It's keeping the interest in RWBY alive, but I don't know. I think if they're gonna do this, I think there's more they could be doing with it. You know? Does that make sense? I guess, like a nicer model, more longer streams, chatting streams like this, like that would be crazy popular. They could make so much money that way. But I don't know. I don't know what their actual business practices or plans are, clearly. Someone was also mentioning the new, like, plushies that they haven't, like, started the makeship for them yet. You have to, like, vote on which ones you want to commit to. And I'm gonna be honest, none of them look good. These new options, I think the best one might be Emerald. Salem's is also decent. The rest of them, no. Like, who wants, like an Ozpin plushie, you know? Oh boy, my favorite character, Ozpin. One of them was Raven, and for a second I thought it was Melanie Malachite. And I'm like, I guess it's fine. Raven's popular, so she's probably gonna get made. No one's gonna pick Oscar. No one's gonna pick Mercury. I think there's total 5 Mercury fans. And Mercury fans will never admit that they are Mercury fans. It's me. I'm Mercury fans. Surprise. This whole time, I've actually been a fan of Mercury, but he never does anything cool, so he's more often than not annoying, and his model doesn't look great, so, like, I don't want a plushie of Mercury. I like the idea of Mercury, but he doesn't get to do anything cool. There's so much cool potential. Whatever. Oh yes, Sun! His hair! His plushie's hair? What are they doing? Like, they went, yes, it's Sun Wukong. Make him Super Saiyan. It's like, I don't know. Why not? Like, if you know what, don't, Rooster Teeth, listen to me. Make a Zwei plush. Make a great big Zwei plush. Make a Grim Beowulf plush. Make a little plush. Those cute creatures you have in your universe, do that. Don't make these weird, because anime never looks right in plushie form. Giant anime eyes never looks right if it's not in a... It just doesn't translate to plushie very well. And there are so many other options they could do. Remember that corgi pillow RWBY has in Volume 1 that she throws at Yang? It's like episode 2 or 3. Make that. You know? like you have these characters who are basically designed to be as cute as possible, and then they never lean into those ideas. It's crazy. Hey, Critter, Mercury fan, I can confirm that BN1 is suffering, though. Let Mercury do stuff. It also sucks because, like, there's no fan art of Mercury. If you look up Emerald, tons and tons of Emerald fan art, tons of Torchwick, tons of Neo, Cinder, tons of fan art of every character except for Mercury. And the fan art he does get, it never looks quite right. No one can get his hair right, which I get. It's weird hair. It's like the bangs and the swoop in the back, and whatever. It's fine. So that's what's that. Oh, and then okay, so here I'm ready. I'm ready. Are you all ready? I bet you're not. So you guys wanna talk about this? It's the RWBY, it's the Justice League Part 2 clip, which, first of all, I had a hell of a time finding this anywhere. The only way I found it the first time, when people, like it was first being talked about, was people on Tumblr were talking about it. And I saw screenshots on Tumblr, and I'm like, okay, where is it? And I went to Twitter, and it was nowhere on Twitter. Like, the official RWBY Twitter wasn't talking about it. Official Rooster Teeth Twitter wasn't talking about it. There's no retweets or anything. And then I was like, okay, maybe it's on YouTube. I went to YouTube, could not find it. I could not find it. This was, like, I finally found this one earlier today, and it's not, you can see, it's Sci-Fi Now. So, thank you, Sci-Fi Now, for posting this. I could not find this anywhere. It's not the Rooster Teeth channel, Rooster Teeth Animation, nowhere. Like, Warner Brothers official, I could not find this teaser. I don't know how anyone found it to begin with. Because the only way I was able to, like, fully watch it was someone posted it on Tumblr. And that was days ago. I'm like, I'm never gonna find that again. So I don't know where this first initiated, because it's not anywhere. Which leads into another thing I've been thinking about since I talked about Rooster Teeth's website, is that they don't make it easy for us. You know, this should be Rooster Teeth. This should be Rooster Teeth's channel right now to have this teaser. Why would they not, like, advertise this more? And if you go to the Rooster Teeth Twitter, or the RWBY Twitter, and, like, there's a teaser for the Part 2 movie, and it's, like, a little flash image, and then it's, like, coming out soon. And I'm like, what do you mean soon? We've known the date it comes out for, like, months now. Why would you just say soon? Why not tell me the date exactly? Because if someone wants to watch this, they're gonna be, oh, soon, there's no actual official date yet, and they're gonna walk away. Why are you making it as hard as possible for someone to engage with your thing? Thank you, Easiest CC. Opinion on the upcoming Mighty Nine show. Okay, that's the thing. I'm so hesitant to talk about Vox Machina Season 2, because, like, I'm gonna be honest, Vox Machina's fine. They're good. I like them, for sure, you know. But the Mighty Nine is way better. I like the characters infinitely more. I think the story arcs are much better. I think their characters are much more creative, not only design-wise, but, like, ability and story arc-wise. Like, you can tell Vox Machina was their first, like, attempts at doing a D&D character, because it's very simple, you know. Oh, the half-giant is the big, dumb barbarian? What? The bard is a ladies' man? Wow! It's so original, but Mighty Nine is so much more creative with all the characters, the story beats so much better, so I am way more excited for that. Also, I just, like, my favorite characters they've played mostly come from the Mighty Nine, except for Ashley, because I like Fern best. None of their characters from Vox Machina are my favorite characters for them, like, at all. They're all mostly my least favorite ones for them. So, I'm so excited for it. Hell Spells is cool. They're hard to keep up with. They've gone all over the place with the Hell Spells. It's hard to keep up with. So, let's talk about this teaser. So, I could turn the volume on. We don't really need to hear it though. That's not the important part. But I'll turn the volume on. Let me know if you want it louder or quieter. Let's see. Immediately, I've tweeted about it. Okay, so I try to be reasonable with my critique with RWBY, you know. This desert, I'm ready to be unreasonable. I am livid. I am so livid. Oh my god, you cannot understand how much this pisses me off. And I know it's unreasonable. I know this is not worth being this upset about. But I am. It's because I live in a desert. I love the desert. It is the most beautiful place in the world. It has always been the most beautiful place in the world. The most beautiful moments of my life have been out in the desert, and it is so beautiful, and it's so creative, and that's why I love seeing it, and this pisses me off. And there's a lot of things, like, going in that's, like, uncertain here. Some people are like, oh, we probably won't spend a lot of time here, because we're gonna dive into the Justice League world pretty soon, so they probably didn't want to blow too much time and effort on Vacuo, which I get. It is disappointing to see, because this is a movie budget, you know? They tweeted all about it, because, like, guys, stop being mean. We didn't waste any of Volume 9's money on this Justice League movie. They paid us separately just for this Justice League movie, because we asked for it. So this is a movie budget, and this is the environment you came up with? Like, I'm sure when we get to Metropolis, or whichever city they're gonna be in, it will be a bit more exciting. But also, for this being our teaser, this is what we see. Just a horizon line, literally nothing else, nothing creative, nothing going on. So I definitely hope when we get to if we get to Volume 9 proper, that it's more exciting than this. But I don't know. It's very, very disappointing. And it's just boring, you know? This is a fantasy world. This is a cool fantasy world. I've seen people, the crazy RWBY fans who just don't actually form opinions of their own. They just be contrarian to whatever it is a critic would say. Because, like, I've seen it's like, but deserts are supposed to be empty. Isn't that what deserts are like? And it's like, first of all, shut up. No. If you're an idiot and you've never been to a desert before, you know, but even if, like, oh, but deserts are supposed to be empty. Is this really what you want, though? This is what you want your beloved cartoon to look like? Like, really? We've had a giant carved out chunk of the world floating above you, like a floating city high above you. We've had a forest that is forever the colors of fall, a beautiful reds and blacks of fall. We've had amazing cool things, and this is when you're like, you settle for this? Really? This makes you happy? Like, I can't rant and rave too much about the desert, because I'm going to rant and rave about it too much in general. I can already tell. It's going to be a thing that I will not shut up about. Judgmental critter desert expert. I am! Yes, I am! Alright, let's keep going. So, alright, I want to talk about Yang here. I started watching this clip to make sure it was the right clip, and I immediately hated everything going. Okay, remember, movie budget. So here we go. So Yang jumps in. Let's do this. We're doing it now. A play-by-play live act, like, analysis. Yang jumps in. She is jumping. Great. Alright. Now I've seen people say these runs look really stilted. They are, but I think it's more just RWBY's runs in general have always been stilted. This is just a very bad angle to see the runs, you know? Which makes me, highlights, I'll hit play for a second. It's Blake coming up here. That's like the same run they've had for years now. Ever since they moved to Volume 5, I think, they've had one run animation, and they've used that over and over again. and it is very boring. Everyone runs the same way, and it's not a great looking run, but they just keep going with it. And I wish they would jazz it up a bit more. Because yeah, from this angle, it does not look very impressive. But let's go back a second. Alright, so yeah, Yang lands, and she moves forward like 2 steps, and she's turning to her foe. Her opponent is right behind her. She knows that. And she turns this direction? She's looking over here? She's turning opposite? Because the snake comes in from this side of the screen. Like full sail this side of the screen. She turns her back more to the enemy to do a incredibly unnecessary and very goofy looking spin. It's so dumb looking. Like, why did she spin like that? Why didn't she just turn over her other shoulder here to look at the snake? Why are you jumping? What were you jumping for? Why did you run 1 step before spinning around to face your opponent? It's so, like, weird. It feels weird. It doesn't feel right. Like, she didn't need to jump in. The run for a step is unnecessary. The spin is goofy looking. And then here comes the snake. A bullet. A bullet. So the snake is somewhere over here. Love this empty space. I love just all the emptiness in frame. It really highlights how flat and stupid looking this background is. What is this meant to be? This is a teaser for the part 2 of the Justice League crossover, which no one wanted, except for Miles and Carrie, because they're giant DC nerds. Remember how many times they've done a really crappy Bane impression or really crappy Heath Ledger's Joker impression? They're gigantic DC nerds, and so they went to Warner Brothers and asked if they could play with their toys and make a crossover movie, just because they want to sit there and say, I played with Batman, yeah! Okay, so, alright, so she fires 2 shots. We have no idea if her bullets have landed. That's always, like, choreography 101. Make sure your character fires off screen, and we don't see where their bullets even go. Did they hit their target? Who is their target? We have no idea. A buffoon wrote this action sequence, if we can call it an action sequence. Alright, so she does this. Big ol' empty spot behind her, and she jumps out of the way. It's a really lame jump, too. Like, she just kind of hops. She's just hopping around. Barely avoids the mouth of the snake. So, where was the snake? How fast is the snake moving to not be in frame at all before now it's snapping at her? You know? I don't know. It's just weird. For also she barely avoids these jaws. You'd think she'd have a bit more, like, pizzazz in her jump. You'd think she'd, like, do more. Also, Yang, your bullets push you around. If you're gonna jump away from the snake, why didn't you, like, bullet push yourself out of the snake's reach? You know? Alright, misses the snake, barely. No one seems too bothered. Like, flat expressions, not interested, because they know there are no stakes here. It's a crossover movie. You know, no one is interested. There's not gonna be anything. We can't change the canon. We can't break the status quo. There is nothing of interest going on here, and the characters know it. So, Blake runs in. Snake's going off. Even though the snake is right, hit it. Punch it. Shoot it. Do something with it. It is right here. Hit the fucking snake. What are you doing? Are you okay? Yes, they're running. If they're more endangered, like, oh no, he's missing it. He got shot. What are you gonna do? Are you a healer? What are you gonna do? Punch them to make them feel better? Focus on hitting the enemy. You're the brawler. Hit them. Why aren't you shooting it? It's so close to you. Why did you only shoot it when it was so far? It was off screen. Hit the snake. Just, like, it's things that, like, in the moment, because it's only a 45-second long teaser. In the moment, it's like, it doesn't, Like, you might not notice it, but something in the back of your mind is saying, hey, something doesn't feel right. But you might not think about it until you stop and go frame by frame, and you'll realize the stupidity of it all. Okay, so let's keep on going. Also, okay, so there's the thing. This is a King Taijutsu, first of all. That's so boring. It's cool seeing it. We haven't seen a King Taijutsu since they jumped to the Maya engine. It's been since Volume 3. It's been a very long time. I don't think there was one in the Justice League crossover Part 1. If there was, I don't remember. They mostly had, like, there's a lot of, like, sphinxes or something. But anyway, it's neat seeing it, you know? But also, that's so boring. It's just the same Grimm we've already seen. Again, the desert, the cool Vacuo desert, doesn't have any unique Grimm we could be showing off right here. Really? It's just another snake again. And at this point, so Haven, Vale, and now Vacuo, it looks like. Every place in Remnant has the same Grimm. They're all the same. There's no unique Grimm specific to one area, except for Atlas. Then they have ice on them. Why only Atlas? I don't know. Because they got a little bit creative with Atlas, and then they ran out of budget. I guess. But I don't know. Like, this, it's cool to see, but also it's like, really, it's just a King Taijutsu again. Another thing is, with this whole teaser, it is impossible to tell that it is one snake. They've never done a great job portraying the fact that it is a single snake with two heads on each end, but it is really impossible to tell here. Like, at all. They don't look anywhere. You don't see anything that would imply otherwise. They look like two completely different Grimm. And you would think by this point they could show that off, especially with the Maya engine. You have more robust models. You have a movie budget. That's the thing that I'm gonna be like, you have a movie budget for this. They gave you this money specifically to make a movie. And this is what we got? Where'd the budget go? Which voice actor did you blow all your budget on? Alright. Oh, now you're firing. Yeah, tell them to stand back. They definitely looked like they were going to be moving at any point in time, Blake. Way to go. That's a weird thing going on with her arm there. Let's take a look at this. Alright. So she runs up. Stay back, citizens! Even though you definitely didn't seem like you were moving at all. So she's firing. She's firing. I think it's just because, yeah, her arm gets real close to her. I don't know. It just doesn't, it's not a very action-y pose, you know? The thing is, it feels so weak. So when a bullet gets fired, when you shoot a gun, the gun usually has recoil. Like, have her hand, like, snap back a little, you know? Like, have it, like, jerk up a little bit. She can stay on target. She knows what she's doing. She's been doing this for a while. But the fact that this arm does not move at all, but that's where the, like, quote-unquote power is coming from, makes this feel flaccid, and it's especially weird given how much she's moving over here. Like, I don't look at her cool bullets. I look at this direction where nothing's happening because it's really busy, and there's no movement here. Like, have your arm move as you fire. Please. It's very simple. I will give them this. It's nice that the glow reflects on their faces for the firing. It's a nice touch, you know? It's a nice touch. I can give them that. How did you not see her? What do you mean, huh? How did you not see her? She's coming from in front of you. She's coming from over here, this angle. What do you mean, huh? Oh, my friend is flying through the sky ahead of me. Like, directly in front of me. I didn't notice her, though. What do you mean? Where are you going? Why? I've seen this trailer, like, twice now. Why? Why did she fly overhead? to like get what looks like, I don't know, based on her landing position, maybe like 10 feet away. Was this really the fastest way to get there? Really? It's also really stupid seeing them in their Atlas outfits, because you got this big heavy-duty coat when we're supposedly in the hot, hot desert. Yang's wearing her aviator jacket in the hot desert. You really couldn't... the fact that they're placing it in vacuo makes no sense all the way around. Like, it does not make sense. They weren't ready for it. They don't have outfits ready for them to be in vacuo. They don't have vacuo as a location ready. We could have had this be in the tundra. This could have still taken place, like, in between volumes 7 and 8 somewhere. You know, this could have been in the tundra still, and it would not have changed anything. But they threw it into the desert, I guess because to then, like, have people be like, I want to see it! That'll be volume 10! We gotta fund it so we see the desert more. That's the only thing I can think of. I can think of no logical reason as to why there was a huge time jump, because the first one took place, the Justice League crossover part 1, does take place presumably somewhere in the time frame of volume 7, because they're in like some VR training room, which I can only assume they have access to thanks to Ironwood and the Aesop's. So I don't know why it's like, oh, but then all of volume 8 and all of volume 9 has happened, and now we're finally having the second part of this? It just makes no sense. It does not make sense. It doesn't add up. And it feels like a very poor decision that I think was made at the last second. So she flies over just to, like, jump over here. So, but she was coming in from this... Hold on. Hold on. Oh my god. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can do something real quick. Add window. Add a window. Yes. Yes. Okay, so I've opened up Paint. I have MS Paint in front of me. Let's do this. We're gonna do this. We're doing it now. We're doing it live. This is the desert. This is the very... You know what? That's a bit of an aggressive shade of orange. I'll do a little bit of adjusting. There we go. Okay, this is the desert. Here we go. We're doing this. We're ready. Here's our truck. Here is our truck. Alright. Yang was here shooting at a snake. There is a snake somewhere over here. And we have 2 civilians right there and right there. I should have used black for Blake. We have 2 civilians right there and right there. Blake is standing here. Yang has disappeared somewhere. We don't know where she went. So here we go. Weiss came in from overhead because we saw Blake was facing this direction because that's where the snake was and the people are behind her. Weiss came in from overhead, did a spin around the truck to land back over here. So she just did a big loop. Unnecessarily. Why? Why did... Yang did just like a little jump to turn around. Why did Weiss do a whole aerial giant maneuver to spin around to end up exactly to where she started? You know? Make Blake purple? I should. There's Blake. There she is. Okay. 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 This... Alright. Let's keep going. I'll hide that window. Boop. Let's move back over to this one. Okay. Detective Critter on the case. Thank you, Anton. I feel like Floof. That was something Floof used to do when it was like mapping out the disappearing people during the Volume 5 fight. Classic RWBY content right there. Okay, so she's here. She's moved. She's did so much extra effort just to turn around, basically. Sure. Let's go. It's so slow feeling. It's just slow. You know, for, like, she comes in, she does her, you know, ignoring the unnecessary amount of, like, spinning that she does to get here. Like, you gotta see her land, and then she poses, and then she poses, and then she moves, and then we see it going. I don't know, like, have magic be snappier, have it be more fun. We're 16 seconds in. We've seen 3 of our heroes at this point, and none of them have done anything remotely cool looking. Yang did a stupid mini spin where she started looking the wrong direction. Blake has fired a gun flaccidly that has no recoil, and Weiss is slowly posing over here. Like, if this is meant to show off our characters, I'm assuming this is going to be very early in the movie. This might be the introduction to where our girls are currently. You know, there might be a recap beforehand. This is presumably going to be like the introduction of these characters. Would you not want a big, cool, bombast? Like, think about like the food fight, you know? Big, cool, awesome moves that highlight their personality and their weapons. Think about the fight against Team Auburn in the beginning of Volume 3. Big, awesome, like, running around, jumping, doing things. We see all their weapons on full display. They look as cool as possible. Here, Yang and Blake have, like, ran around very frumpily. Like, some real lame-looking, like that, no energy, no effort, no movement, and then Weiss sat there and posed a lot. Would you not want to make them look as, it's a fantasy magical show, it's a fantasy magical cartoon, you can, like, push the limits to make them look cooler. That's kind of the fun part. Thank you again, Wild Pilot. Maybe they all ascended and gained teleportation abilities. They aren't all inconsistent in their spatial positions. Nice. Because you've entered the Ever After, you now have the ability to just teleport. You have instant transmission like Goku. But just like Goku, you all are too stupid to remember you have instant transmission. Only it's not a quirky character flaw like how we see with Goku. It's a writer flaw. Alrighty, let's go. So yeah, she poses and does this whole thing. Still fighting the snake. Yang is still here somewhere. It's cool seeing the snake. This is what made me realize we haven't seen it since Volume 3. Because I was like, oh wow, look, it's open mouth texture. It's interesting. I'm like, oh, because that's right, it looked different in Volume 3. Cool. Hold on, Ran soloed a taijutsu in Season 1. Why is it taking 3 members of the team? See? Okay, yes. 100% cool turkey. 100% yes. Yes, that is a problem they've always had with this show. You know, Team RWBY working together, can kill a Nevermore. Oh, and now here comes Coco. And Coco kills it in one hit by herself. Okay, so now there's another Nevermore attacking at the end of Volume 3, and it takes everybody all this effort, and it's so inconsistent, because that's another problem with using the same Grimm over and over again, because it's like, I don't know, Ren, before he even joined the school, you know, during orientation, handled this perfectly fine on his own. Why are you 3 struggling so much? You're huntresses. It's been years. Why can you not handle it as easily as Ren handled it? You know, Nora handled it during the Volume 2 finale. Why can't you? Why can't you do this? Yeah, that's one of the shots, like, talking about, like, you cannot see. Like, I think way back there, you might see the end of its tail, like, fading to black, where the other head would be, but we don't see the other head, and if you're not looking for it, you would never notice it, and this shot is on screen for, like, a second, maybe? It just does not look like a 2-headed snake. It looks like 2 different snakes. RWBY's yelling. Wow. So fun. I'm glad all the smoke cloud stuff is happening off screen, so presumably the cool things are just the parts we don't get to see. Calm down, bitch. You've fought so many Grimm before. You don't need a battle cry. What a loser. This is so dumb. Oh my god. Oh no! Oh no! Our sister is fighting a Grimm that she could easily beat before orientation. Oh no, we're worried. We won't move. at all. We're not gonna go and help her with it at all. Also, this pisses me off so much. People are like, look, this proves that Yang does care about RWBY. No, it proves the writers are stupid. Why were the three of you, Weiss, who is off screen somewhere, why were the three of you focusing on one head, and none of you stopped and realized, oh hey, RWBY's not here. I guess she's fighting the other head on her own. None of you realize this? No, OMG, I'm so shocked. Pay attention to your team, guys. Like, it's a King Taijutsu. That's a level 1 monster. Why are you freaking out? RWBY also doesn't look like she's in dire straits. She's looking like she's having a fine time, you know? It's a single snake. If you're that goddamn worried, get off your lazy fucking asses and shoot the monster with the guns in your hands, you fucking idiots. Oh, God. Don't just stand there going, oh no, what do? We can't do anything against this monster. It's not like we're licensed huntresses. I am a huntress, but I'm not gonna kill the monster when it's chasing down my sister. But I will look, like, sad about it. Oh no. I hate. It's so contrived. And the fact that they're just standing stock still highlights it. Like, we don't need a cutaway to see them going like, oh no, boo-hoo. It's like, move. Have them running. This is another issue they've had for years. When you just cut to a character standing still, looking ooh-woo scared, it's stupid. Just have them be running to be, like, catching up to her and to, like, try to help. And have them look worried that they won't get there in time. When they stand still, it makes them look brain dead. Pisses me off. It pisses me off. I hate. This is a horrible teaser. This does not get me excited for this movie. It looks bad. Alright. And we linger on their, like, shocked expression for so long, too. Like, it's one thing to cut away to another, like, shot to see, like, the characters being, like, reacting. We just linger on them for too long, though. Like, that's way too long. It's way too long. And it as an editor, like, it's like, clearly cut that. Just by, like, a couple of seconds. But whatever. Couple of frames, even. Alright, here comes RWBY. Using her bullets to not hit the snake behind her, just to move herself. I'll give her this. At least she's actually using her bullets to move herself, which is something her brain-dead big sister couldn't figure out. You could be doing both at the same time, but whatever. Whatever. Finally gonna shoot the snake. Yay, finally hit the snake. Finally. Her bullets have never looked like that, though. RWBY has never had bullets that explode like that. Is it a new clip? I don't think so. Do you have a fire round in your sights? I doubt we'll get a good enough shot of her clip. Nope, it looks the same. Your bullets just explode now for no reason. Even though it's never happened like that before. Ah! Look at... Oh my god. Everyone's like, Yang looks worried for her sister. She's so close to the ground. We can literally see the ground. Like, where the, like, frame ends, that's where the ground is. This is not hard. First of all, she's landed, like, the first thing they did in school was the landing strategy. She's plummeted hundreds of feet from the air. They all have. They all know she can make this. She's fine. Second, her semblance lets her fly. She's fine. She is so fine. Third, even if she did fall and hit the ground, first of all, she has aura. It's not gonna be that bad, you know. Even if she is so low on aura that this does break her aura, she's still gonna be fine. At most, this would knock the wind out of her. This is not that bad of a fall, especially in universe. If she was a regular person who had never unlocked their semblance and didn't fight monsters every day, then yeah, I would be worried. If it was one of the civilians, yeah, I don't know if they can handle that fall, but RWBY definitely can. So this feels like some like really, really weak, paper thin, like, oh, we need stakes. Oh, we need some stakes to open up the movie with. What if she falls? Okay. Rush it out. We have no time. Oh, no! It's so goofy. They've sat there being worried for this whole time. Like, the whole time you watched the snake chase her down, her fly into the air, shoot her exploding bullet, and start to fall. And you haven't moved at all? Do something. No wonder nobody did anything when Yang fell off of Ambrosius's bridges, right? Like, you all just stop moving the moment anything happens. Use your ribbon. Use your shadow clones. Yang, catch her. Do something. Anybody do anything. Also, where'd the truck go? Where's the truck? We were right next to it. Where's the civilians? Oh my god. It's such an extreme reaction for so little. Like, if the snake had gotten her, like it was in her, like she was in its jaws, then yeah, be worried and upset. But move, presumably, but no, just, oh, she's slightly falling a little bit. Whoa, I'm so worried. It's so goofy. It is so goofy. Remember when Yang didn't do anything when RWBY drank suicide tea? Now she's pretending to care to save face. I saw it was a, yes, by the way. I saw a post on Tumblr, it was the rude tag, and it was talking about how, like, reactionarily being worried, like, in the moment, is different from, like, how you act on a day-to-day life. And, like, being like, oh my god, are you okay? Is a lot different than actually caring about someone. Like, I've been worried about people I hate before. Because it's like, oh my god, are you okay? Because, like, you took a bad tumble worse than the one RWBY's taking. But, like, that doesn't mean you care about them. Okay. Oh wait, this would have been a perfect moment for Blake to use ribbons and then use it as a sling with that one glyph. Yeah, that would have been cool. I get the feeling this moment had no budget. Like, no thought or effort went into this moment at all. It's just an action thing. A lot of the action in the first part of the Justice League movie, I did watch it. A lot of the action in the first part of the Justice League movie is very, like, there for the sake of having your characters move. It's very like, oh, they're moving around, they're fighting. It's not great fighting, but it is fighting, you know? Like something to be like, it's not just characters standing around talking. So I feel like that's what this is meant to be. God, oh my god. Hold on. Alright, so she can't just point her sword at her to save her life. She has to snap her spine. I thought I saw that. Her whole back is, we see her whole shoulders. She is twisted 180 degrees. You didn't need to do it that extreme, honey. You could have just, you didn't need to be that extreme. Where is Blake and Yang? Where did they go? Blake was right here. Yang, where did they go? Where is the other snakehead? Where is the first snake? Like, when RWBY's falling, hold on. Where's the snake? It should be over there. It should be over here somewhere. Where's the white snake? Where's the snakes? Where'd they go? It's so goofy, and it's very noticeable. Like, it's not one of those things where it's like, if, like, sometimes when I do, like, a frame-by-frame analysis, it's like, oh, this person vanishes. Oh, this enemy vanishes. And, like, usually I won't bother mentioning them, because, especially, like, with quick shots like this, it's fine, and it doesn't, like, unless you go through frame-by-frame, you wouldn't notice. It's very noticeable here, and I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Creator, why would you torture yourself by watching that movie? Watching Puella Magi, Madoka Magica Rebellion would be more worth your time. That one was crazy. I gotta work more on my Madoka Magica reviews, because I want to get to Rebellion, but I gotta go through the whole first season before I get there. I wanted to see if it was gonna be good. I do like DC. I do like RWBY. I was hoping it'd be good. It wasn't. Thank you again, Anton. Don't forget to hydrate while suffering this atrocity. That is true. And give the stream a thumbs up. Thanks for easing us through this nightmare. You're welcome. And thank you for the $5. And yes, I'm thirsty. Let me get some water now. Yum. Hooray. Yay, water. I wasn't planning on talking about the teaser. I didn't think we would do a frame-by-frame analysis. I was just overcome by it, you know? I couldn't help myself. Let's go. I do like this part, where she uses the black glyphs to slow her descent enough so she can situate herself onto the truck and launch off of it. That's cool. That's really cool. You know, that looks great. That was all really dope. It's a shame everything leading up to this moment was very goofy and highlights the goofiness. Like, lingering on Blake and Yang standing there being like, what? OMG, she's falling. We linger on them for so long, it highlights the stilted, lazy goofiness of it. So, it's a shame. This is another shot, like, you cannot see. Where is the rest of the snake? Where is it? There's parts of it. Where's the head part, though? Did we kill that part off screen? Somewhere? Was that what Yang was doing this whole time? I don't. It's also on screen again for like seconds at a time. You cannot tell this is one snake. It looks like two different snakes. What do you do? We don't even get to see the ending cool shot of the fight. All the cool bits we don't get to see. There's nothing worth seeing here. What a horrible teaser. Thank you again, Wild Pilot. Best part of RWBY x Justice League Part 1, Jean and Jessica's interaction. They spent so much time building them up, but immediately dropped them in Part 2. I agree. I expected to really hate the Jean and Jessica elements. It was much cuter than I thought. I feel like I'm going to review both movies together in one very big video. So I'll go into it with more detail then, but I feel like of all of them, Jean and Jessica was the best, and it's weird. It is weird that we don't get any of that with the trailer. Let's watch the trailer, since this is the end of this. Let's look up Justice League RWBY. Justice League Part 2 trailer. Bam. So, let's do this. Okay, so here we go. So it's weird that half of the team from the first one doesn't seem like they're making it into this one. It's weird that you included Juniper, you know, in the first one, but they're not transferring over into our fantasy world here. And we're also changing it around, but we're changing out some of our characters. So let's go. Let's watch.
Calling the Justice League. We need your help.
God, it's Travis Willingham too. And, oh man, he deserves better.
Grim. Yeah, not pretty.
Okay, so this is our squad, and you were in the first one, 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 you were in the first one. What are you doing here? Why are you here? It's just weird. I don't understand. Like, I like Siren. I think she's cool. She wouldn't have been my first choice to include. I would have gone with Martian Manhunter, but this isn't bad. But I don't understand why. Maybe it'll be a story reason, but it's weird to suddenly introduce a new player with an already very large cast, which is the thing. Like, we have 7 Justice League characters and 7 RWBY characters. We had Team RWBY, that's 4, and then John, Ren, and Nora, that's 7. There was 1 for each of them, technically, and now we're throwing in this new character, but also axing half of the RWBY characters, because John, Ren, and Nora don't seem like they're making it into the Justice League half of this. Black Canary? Oh, it is Black Canary, not Siren. Sorry! You understand where I got it mixed up, right? You understand. They have the same superpower. You understand, like, why I got them mixed up, right? I was close. Yeah, Wonder Woman doesn't look... I don't know why they went with this. We'll get a close-up shot. We'll talk about her in a second. It's just weird that we took out half of the characters and added one new character. It's weird. Like, we had a thing going. Like, we don't get to see any resolution between, Cyborg and his beef with Ren, which I'm gonna be honest, that was weird. That was a weird plot element that I think was done incredibly poorly. Why? Like, Ren is so possessive of Nora that he doesn't like the idea of her just talking to another man. Like, he didn't seem to be flirting with her, because also, Nora is a 17 to 19-year-old girl, and he is like 30 or something. You know, I don't think he was flirting with her, he was just talking to her. And Ren was all like, boo, you get away from, that's my girl. And that's so weird. It's so weird and it's so dumb.
There are so many of them. How did this happen so quickly?
It's a weirdly quiet trailer. I could turn it up more for you, but I don't think any of us really care about hearing it.
Kilgore.
Yeah, there's a better shot of her face. Let's look at... I don't, like... First of all, okay, they've never had lipstick in the RWBY universe before, so it's a weird choice to go with now. I get what they were going for. I get the idea. But also, fire engine red... Ugh, like, I get it. She's wearing red. It matches. Woof. It's just not good. I also can't imagine Diana Prince sitting there being like, time for me to be Wonderful Woman. And then she's sitting there putting on a thick, heavy coat of fire engine red lipstick. Like, we did not. It doesn't add anything to the character. I don't, like, if anything, I think, like, eyeshadow would have worked, more, like, deeper red blush or something, but she really didn't need, it's because she's very boring looking. Like, if alright, hold on, back to this shot. She's very simple, compared to everyone else. She's not, like, her chest is especially, like, very open, and I'm like, just give her a necklace instead, but instead they went with the cherry red lipstick, and I don't know, it's not amazing. Not super into it.
Really? Really?
Oh god, I hate this style of humor. I hate it. It's like that thing, like, did y'all see the trailer for Wish? The new Disney movie that's gonna come out soon? The Disney animated one? Just that, like, haha, lol, so relatable kind of humor. It's been overdone and I'm not into it. I also, like, I could nitpick everyone's body types. Everyone has the same exact boob size? Really? Really? No one has... We all are just the same size, except she's slightly taller and she's slightly shorter. We just... Okay.
Really?
I had the weirdest dream.
It wasn't a dream. We were in Kilgore's digital world.
Then he got away. We need to stop him.
He's working with someone
There's
strong.
so little to talk about. And I feel bad because I just, like, stopped showing the trailer. There's nothing to talk about. It's just shots of, like, oh, it's the Justice League. There they are. They're cool and all, but they're... the audio in the background isn't even anything worth listening to either.
We need to find Team RWBY.
Here they are. They're back. Only them, not the rest of our
We
squad.
need to find Team RWBY.
Still in their stupid... I hate the fact that they got the crossover movie, and this is the outfits that they're stuck with. And I know in the first one they were in their original outfits, they were able to make that work. I don't know why they didn't just have it take place during the Beacon days. Like, it does, whatever. It's just a dumb idea in general. Miles and Carrie asked to make this. Who is Kilgore? It's complicated. All DC villains are complicated. It's like an evil AI. You know, it's I believe one of Superman's villains. He attacks the Justice League. Why them? I don't know. I do not know. Because they're easy to animate. Because they're just like a computer screen. Why Team RWBY and why not someone else? Okay. Miles and Carrie asked to make this movie. They wanted to make a Justice League crossover with Team RWBY. and they got their wish, but I'm just sitting here like, who wanted this? Like, from a consumer, you can't just ask to make a movie because you want to. Who's your audience? Who wants this? And if you're gonna do it, who wants this to be the story for it? You know? Thank you, M3D. LMAO, was this actually Miles and Carrie's idea? Yes! Oh my god! Okay, so Carrie went to Twitter this week, and he explained, like, the budget, because everyone was like, oh, the Justice League movie is the reason why we didn't get the last 2 episodes of Volume 9. Because there's supposed to be 2 more episodes, and that, like, animatic thing that they have, that they showed off of Team RWBY coming back to Vacuo, that was supposed to be the finale of Volume 9, but they didn't have time or money to do it. So people were like, oh, the Justice League movie took budget away. Carrie went to Twitter to clarify that, no, this budget was done separately because they went and they asked to make this movie, and then Warner Brothers gave them the money for it. And that's how that worked. So it just proves that they wanted to play with their favorite dolls and mash their own OCs into their favorite dolls and have a movie about that. And they didn't think about, like, the actual story or who would want to watch this. This has only been met with less than amazing reception. Like, some people are like, this is cool, but from what I have seen, the majority of people are like, nah, not interested. I'm pretty sure comments are turned off here. Yep, comments are turned off.
You know, it's bad all over, but why does it feel like they have it out for us?
They also solved the problem in the first... kinda. They solved it was Kilgore. Now... And someone else. Who could it be? Someone who would know the world of RWBY. And it's obviously Watts. Like, I think it's been proven by now. Like, looking at the behind-the-scenes stuff, I think they announced... Like, it's obviously gonna be Watts. And it's like, how did Watts meet Kilgore? Why is this their plan? I don't... Like, when I think of Justice League crossover with RWBY, they had a cool thing going already with their comic. I haven't read the official comic one of the Justice League crossover. They had a whole thing going with that. Why did they decide, no, this weird, like, AI VR video game crossover scenario where Watts and Kilgore team up to fight RWBY and the Justice League. Because you know what Watts cares about? Team RWBY. He doesn't care about the Maidens or the Relics at all. No siree. Just Team RWBY. Except, no, I don't think he actually cares about Team RWBY at all. Let's keep going.
Ruby Rose.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Not a fan of the ponytail. Not a fan. It's fine. I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, Stereotype. So, what are your thoughts if this is the last RWBY animation we ever got? I'm worried that might actually be the case. I'm not certain we'll get Volume 10. I don't think they have the budget for it. They've made a couple of terrible decisions. Like, it's something I mentioned in the Rooster Teeth website review video I did. That, like... before I derail into that, yes, Tori Miller, I agree. I don't hate it. Of all their designs, I think RWBY's the best. I don't know. Like, I'm not too into the ponytail. The rest of it's fine. Like, ponytail feels wasted on RWBY. You know, her hair was already so short. But whatever. Like I was saying with the that review I just did of their website, they took RWBY and Camp off YouTube. But they're now, like, oh, because animation is hard to make. And now they're making a new season of Camp 5 years after it ended? Thank you again, Wild Pilot. RWBY and Robin's, oh, it is Robin's hair. Oh, ew, maybe that's why I don't like it. It's just my underlying hate for Robin. Yeah, they haven't made Camp in 5 years. 5 years since Camp, and now, suddenly, when they're apparently strapped for cash, and they're struggling to fund the projects that actually matter, they're like, now's the time that we need to make more Camp. Even though it's been 5 friggin' years of all the Flash villains. Captain Cold and the Rogues, Reverse Flash, Gorilla Grodd, they chose Kilgore. Kilgore is a Flash villain? Didn't even realize. And you're right. You know who's my favorite Flash villain? Weather Wizard. I love Weather Wizard. Weather Wizard is the best. I love him. He's great. Weather Witch, his daughter, also fun. I don't know if she's an official villain. She might have just been the CW show. Great stuff. Love Weather Wizard. Mirror Master. I love Mirror Master. There's so many cool ones, and then they went with Kilgore. Yawn. Alright. This moment is weird. This moment feels weird.
Rose?
It's the, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how I feel about it. 'Cause like he's 30 and she's, what is she? 19? 18? Like, I don't know. And I don't think they're shipping this, but that was an awfully aggressive hug. That's a lot of man titties you're stealing there, Ruby. You're motorboating this man. I don't know, it feels weird. Also, I'm gonna be honest, throughout the first movie, I did not feel like Ruby and Clark had built enough of a relationship to warrant this being their reintroduction. You know, 17? Woof, bigger yikes. Bigger yikes. Yeah, he has a wife and kids. And I don't think it's meant to be romantic, but that was an awfully aggressive hug she's gone with. I don't know. And they do not seem like good enough friends. They barely talked in the first movie. That was something I was thinking about. Like, John and Jessica had the best relationship in the first movie because they actually talked, because the thing was, oh, they can't fight because John's the healer and he's bad at fighting, and Jessica doesn't have her ring, and she can't, you know, whatever. That was the plot. And so they spent a lot of time being together and talking. No one else talked at all. They barely spoke. If, like, it was like base level, barely any interaction with each other. And I think that was the biggest problem, that they filled it with, like, stupid non-fights. You're motorboating this man, Critter 2023. I'm not wrong! She has got a face full of titty right there. And, like, it's filled with a bunch of fights, but they barely talk to each other. Like, people talk about, like, oh, Weiss and Batman. They don't talk. They barely interact. It's so weird. I don't know.
Here, it's Superman.
It's so, okay, this is gonna be the biggest nitpick. This is the stupidest nitpick. It's me. I'm the problem, it's me. I don't like Travis Willingham as Superman, because Travis is great. He's done Superman several times before. He voiced Superman in, what was it called? Super Kids or something like that. The one with, it was about their kids. It was Damian Wayne, because it's always Damian. I hate Damian, but it's always Damian. It was Damian Wayne and Superboy. Their kid, John, I think. It was them hanging out. And I'm pretty sure Rooster Teeth animated that one too. I couldn't find it, but it was the same animation style as Rooster Teeth. So I think it might have been at least Rooster Teeth's animators working on that one. Super Sons. That's what it was called. It was Super Sons. Anyway, Travis Willingham voiced Superman in that one too. And it's fine. He's fine as Superman. It's not awful. It's just not what I picture coming out. Like, it doesn't feel right. It feel like if I'm gonna list, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's fine. It's not bad. It's just not what, it's not what my first choice would have been.
Superman.
Is now a war waged on Earth. Ooh. Yang's outfit is the worst. Of all of them, Yang's is the worst. No cohesion. Ugh. Why the orange? There's no yellow. A horrible... This is a bad shot of it, but even just here, you can see.
We're different here.
It's like, why the asymmetry, get it? Also, is this her real arm here? Or is this also a robotic arm? It's hard to tell. If it is a real arm, they 100% are not gonna explore that. Okay, so they've said that they're not supposed to be older. They're not actually older. They've said that, but I don't believe them, because they don't look the same. Yang's face is noticeably thinner here. Ruby's face was also noticeably thinner. You know, they do look quote-unquote older, or at least proportionally different, which implies a different age. So it's weird. I don't know, but they've also gone and been like, no, they're not aged up. So it's weird that they're not aged up here, but the Justice League were aged down in the first one. It's weird. These things are on screen for nanoseconds. It's okay. It's fine. I actually like the more scarf-like cape that she's got going on here. It's fine. It works. The like leotard thing is weird on Ruby because she usually has a skirt, but it's not awful. It's fine. It works. Wait a minute. Hold on. What is this? Your scythe comes with a fork now. That's the thing I don't like, is that Crescent Rose, not only, like, it's fine that it looks different. I wish it was more red. That's the one thing. I wish her reds were more, like, noticeably red, especially with the scythe. But it's fine. It's a neat shape. It's fine. Awful. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. It's awful. It's so awful. Oh my god, I hate it. I hate it so much. Why? Why? I don't understand why. How? Why? It's so ugly. It's so ugly that they just literally just peeled her ears away. It's so flat. She looks like Mandark. It's this ugly, stupid bowl. It's so dumb. It's so okay. So like, let's look at Yang again. That one shot of Yang. Look here. You see. So when you have so with hair, usually there's something to imply like the bounce of hair. Let me pull up my MS Paint again, and I'll show you. Hold on. Let's just get rid of that real quick. Oh, that's not nearly as efficient as I thought it would be. Take that. Bam. Bam. Okay, that's good enough. So here we go. Let me show you. So here's your head on your character, roughly. You know, there's your neck, there's your shoulder, neck, there's your character. Okay, so here's your person, here's their face. Nice. Ear. Let's do their hair now. So what Blake's hair is doing is just following the shape of her skull. And that's what her hair is doing. And it makes them look very flat. It's undefined. It's not good. And it's not a flattering look for your character. So, but with Yang's hair, you can see there's like volume to like her bangs, and then separate volume to the like part beyond her bangs. And then you can even see there's like a third element when we're looking at like where her ponytail is coming from. So it's just a much more flattering, especially in animation. Thank you, Cool Turkey. Give her back her ears. I know it's so bad. Thank you. So yeah, like having a bit of like something going on would be preferable. So with Blake, what we could do is, like, you know, make her bangs more defined, because, like, we're playing around with their hair already in general. That could be something. Give her Collie's haircut. Give her a haircut, maybe. That's a bit Nora looking, but you know what I mean. But what I would do, you know, we could have her, like, stuck to head bowl cut if we really wanted to. We could really do that. It's not a good choice, but we could do that, because you know what we're gonna do? Put a bow on her. That's it. That's all you need to do. Like, she already has ribbon accessories. Just put a bow on her head. Give her a little, like headband bow type deal. Kind of like Homura. Give her a big old bow on one side of her head. Make it, like, pointed to, like, imply the idea of cat ears. But, like, it doesn't have to be exactly cat ears one-to-one. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Like, you don't need to give her cat ears if you really don't want to. But why not a bow? we could even bring back her classic iconic bow, and she's just actually wearing it like a bow now, because it's not her ears she's hiding, it's just a bow, you know? Like, it would make so much more sense that way, rather than this horrible, awful, just, ugh. I hate it. Also, wings is weird. I'm not gonna, like, put the cart before the horse. I don't know the extent of what her Justice League power is, but wings is a weird choice because you're a cat. Give her cat. Also, her thing was duplication. Why not just, why we gotta change it? She does have the Farquaad haircut. Blake doesn't feel like Blake. If I did not know any better, I would not know who this girl was. You know? Also, I'm gonna be honest, Mask is a weird choice for Blake because she's specifically spent the entirety of her time as an adult fighting people who wear masks. No one else is wearing a mask in Team RWBY. I don't know. I mean, it's not white, and it doesn't have red accents, but I don't know. Mask and Blake doesn't feel like a great combo, you know, thematically. She also has a different weapon. I don't know how I feel about it, because it doesn't look anything like Gamble Shroud. It's just like a staff. This might not be her weapon. She also seems to have a katana on her back, I think. Something like that. Yeah, she has something going on back here. Oh, nice. You can see that it's just nice gap floating. I'm never bothered by it. And like, actually seems like the wings are coming from the sword. I could be wrong about that. So yeah, I don't know the extent of how this powers works. I would go into more detail if I knew. But, I don't know. Give her a bow. Give her more bows. Also, horrible shot. Why is Weiss's shot of her still in her RWBY outfit? Why aren't we, like, showing this off more? Like, I get it, it's a cool looking shot. It's reminiscent of the others. I don't know, man. Like, show off her outfit. We barely get to see her outfit in this trailer. We barely see her outfit, which makes me inclined to believe that Weiss is gonna do very little. Very, very little in this movie. She's gonna basically be a background character. She's gonna be like how Cyborg was in the first one. What a surprise, Cyborg was sidelined. One of the coolest characters. Alright. Yeah, this is like the only time we see her in her new outfit. Yeah. Like when everyone runs in.
Reconnected under better circumstances.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, it's fine. Weiss's might be tied with RWBY for best. It's not horrible. It's hard to get a good look at it. I don't know how I feel about the hair. Like, it's not bad hair.
I wish we
I don't know. You know, it's not horrible. I'm into it. It could be worse.
reconnected under better circumstances. But our world hangs in the balance.
Oh, did you see that? They're all souped up now. Woo, wow, what could be happening? It's Watson Kilgore.
What is that?
They made a new.
Horrible. So we can't hear it very well because it's so quiet. I don't know why it's so quiet. This is the moment where Blake is saying, they've made a new Grim. Ass. Completely ass. If you're going to have that, show me a new... We've seen this Grim before. Don't have her line, they've made new Grim, on top of Grim we've seen. This Grim was even in the last movie, I think, if I remember correctly. Why would you do that? Like, just from an editing perspective. Like, making a teaser trailer, why did you go with this shot also of Batman being very stilted with Vixen? I don't know.
Grim.
Like, I think this is new. Like, it's definitely a bigger Seeker. It could just be an alpha Seeker. I don't know what they would classify it as. How did you make new Grim? They hacked it to the mainframe. The writers told the animators, make new Grim, and then we don't need to explain it in universe. I don't know if this is real. This could be, because it was like a VR thing in the first movie. It could be that in this one too. This could be just like how you know how there's like an Alpha Beowulf or an Ursa Major. This could just be the I do mean seer. Yes, it's the same word. I was close. Yeah, the seer grim. This could just be like a Ursa Major or an Alpha version of the seer. I don't know what its fancy little name would be. It's called Tempest. That's cool. That is cool. A Tempest? That is cool. I will give, like, that is a very good name. Tempest is just a good word for names in general. There's a theory that the RWBY villain of the crossover is Dr. Merlot from Grim Eclipse, since he's also known to augment Grim. I did think about that. That's why I did not want to put the cart before the horse and be like, it's 100% definitely Watts. But I think they've, like Christopher Sabat is credited in it. Like, they released the cast list at one point in time. And Christopher Sabat, the man who voices Watts, was credited in it, and it's like, oh, it's probably Watts. Merlot, people seem very they really want to see Merlot come back. I don't think we will ever see anything from the Grim Eclipse video game showing up in any kind of RWBY thing, because I don't think it did very well. So, I mean, but it would be cool if they would. Now would be the time. It could be Watts and Merlot. We don't know. It might not have. It's not official yet, but it's probably not Merlot. Just gonna go out there. Of the two, I would rather have it be Watts, because at least then Watts would do something with Team RWBY. I thought this was canon. It's come to I found out what it was. There was a misreported article floating around on Reddit a while ago that did say that this was canon, but they had reported it incorrectly. It's not canon. It's canon adjacent again. So, even though canon Watts has done nothing with Team RWBY, so at least in supplemental almost canon, Watts could do something related to Team RWBY. That'd be kind of cool. They could meet him. They could see him.
The Grim have evolved. They're sort of powered to fight us.
So they said they're just yelling a lot. That seems to be the evolution of these Grim, right? In the first one, they were all shooting fireballs. That was the thing. Also in the first one, like, I forget exactly how it goes, but it's something like Yang and RWBY are standing there, and Yang's like, RWBY, these Grim are shooting fireballs. That's really weird. I've never seen any Grim that does that. And then later in the movie, we see a Leviathan and a Sphinx, and it's like, those are the two that shoot fireballs. You're liars. They shoot fireballs. There's no Grim that's ever shot a projectile out of its mouth, except for these ones. Like, you could say, this Beowulf shot fire out of its mouth. I've never seen it do that. Like, whatever. Just those little details. This was not written by Miles and Carey. I don't think. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. So it might just be that the person who was writing this didn't realize the nuances of Grim. I don't know.
Fight us.
And can shift to our weaknesses.
How are you doing this?
This is cool looking. This is kind of neat. I'm into it. It's wacky. Look at how fun that is. It's a cobra. Whoa, get it? Because they can fly. Wow. This is pretty fun. I'm into that. See, this is the kind of thing I wanted to see in Vacuo, you know? Have fun, Eric. Have fun. Have fun at work.
Whoever is working with Kilgore, what they're doing will destroy us.
So much of this movie, I can already tell, is just gonna be them running around killing Grim. Like, not, like, trying to get from point A to point B, and they do it, and the only thing in their way is just kill some Grim, and that's what they're gonna do. It won't be, like, interesting stakes or creative elements. Someone, likely Weiss, is gonna sit back and, like, piddle around on a computer and be like, I've solved the case! And then they just have to go somewhere. And in between all of that, it's gonna be them just fighting random Grim. Okay.
Kilgore, come face us!
You come into my territory.
Yeah, so this seems to be just another simulation. So, I don't know.
You come into my territory and expect to win?
Let's go stop some monsters.
The epic conclusion of the two-part saga that no one was asking for. No one wanted it. You're just gonna forget about Kilgore? Like, is Kilgore just gonna be forgotten? No, they never stopped. He's still here. Presumably. I don't know. At the end of the first one, they punched Kilgore out of their VR video game, because that's how that works. But they didn't stop him. And then presumably, much time has passed, and now the second one is happening. Maybe. First of all, okay, so no one was really, again, it's Weiss in her regular outfit. She's not gonna do anything. She's not gonna do anything. She's gonna be stuck playing on a computer the whole time. I guarantee you. So, not only was no one really all that jazzed about this movie, but 2 parts? 2? And I'm gonna be honest, there's not enough in the first part that really warranted it being 2. You could have easily trimmed out a bunch from part 1, and I'm gonna assume there's gonna be a bunch in part 2, that it could have been one cohesive movie rather than 2 parts. Maybe Rooster Teeth doesn't know how to prioritize their budget. OMG, do you think maybe the Flash died? He definitely doesn't. He so doesn't. Also, Ruby's ability seems to be teleporting. I think that is a very cute gimmick to play with her semblance of super speed. Like, the speed is so fast, she's just teleporting now. And it also makes her noticeably different from the Flash, who does just have normal super speed. And because he has normal super speed, and Rooster Teeth is terrible at utilizing the super speed semblance, the Flash is going to do nothing cool or interesting with his super speed. I guarantee it. Yeah, look for it on 4K Ultra and digital. And then there's nothing over here, and it's very weird. Like, I think the intention was that they thought they would place end cards here, like your end slate and the cards pop up. But I'm willing to bet the folks who made this trailer didn't realize that it's... so your end slate is 20 seconds long, at least, and they didn't want to cover up the screen for the last 20 seconds, so they opted to just not have their end slate cards here, and so the side of the screen is just empty. And it's very weird. Also, no date, no release date. No release date anywhere. Not in here, not anywhere. No release date. Let's see down here. Justice League and RWBY take on their biggest adventure yet in Justice League X RWBY, Superheroes and Huntsmen, Part 2. It rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? Available to purchase digitally on October 17th. So yeah, since this trailer has come out, we have known the date this is releasing. And you cannot find this anywhere. Like, it's not in any of the trailers or teasers. It's not posted on RWBY's Twitter or Rooster Teeth's Twitter. I haven't checked Warner Brothers' Twitter, but I don't think, like, it's right there. Why does their trailer say soon? Like, tell us the exact date. If you know what it is, have it. Because you want to know a secret? Here's a marketing secret for you. I'm gonna break your minds with this one. Marketing secret 101. People are incredibly stupid. People are very dumb. Always assume and the thing is, no one wants to go out of their way to find information that should presumably be readily available for them. Because scrolling down and looking in the description, for most folks, is a step no one is willing to take. And that's just the matter of fact. It's like, regardless of what you think of humanity, scrolling down and opening up the description, or reading the description at all, is not a level that most people will do to find information like this. If it's not on the screen, they're not going to think about checking down here. So, yes, people are incredibly stupid. Judgmental Quitter 2023. Yes. It's like what you have to think about with marketing, because people aren't going to do that. They were never willing to take that extra step, and it sucks, yes, to admit, but that's the truth of it. You have to have that information right here on screen so everyone's big dumb faces will look at it. Because also, when you have words, here's the other thing. People are stupid. They don't read. People don't read. People don't read. Here's a secret about YouTube, especially. People don't read the titles of videos. They look at thumbnails, and that's what they go with. So you can title your video whatever you want. Like, if you want to clarify what the idea of your video is, then put that in the title. But no one's gonna read it until, like, they're already watching it. Then they might read it. People only look at thumbnails. And so people don't read. We went through this whole trailer, and even I didn't start reading it until, like, halfway through, you know? There were these blurbs on screen, and I wasn't reading it. People don't read. You need to have that information very easy for your consumer to understand. Like, have it be on, like, October 17th. Have it be in, like, Superman or RWBY. Have them say in unison, only available October 17th. You know, something like that. Have them say it. Spell it out to your audience. Because people don't read and people are stupid. You need to make this, because I guarantee this is going to release and a bunch of people are going to be like, oh, I didn't even realize. Even though it's been readily available information for a month now. Since the moment this trailer came out, we knew exactly what day this movie's coming out. And it's going to happen, and everyone will still be sitting there and be like, oh, I didn't even really realize it came out. Because they're not giving us that information like we're stupid. And they should be. So, that was fun, wasn't it? Let's go back over here into my favorite part when I change screens in OBS is watching the chat fly by to catch up to where we were before. So that's what I wanted to talk about, because this has been on my mind. All this RWBY stuff. Yeah, where is Volume 10? I'm honestly worried it might not even get made. And I'm also worried it might be the last one. Like the last volume. Because clearly this story was not intended to end yet. Clearly they... Wait, did I watch the new clip? I did. We did that earlier. I tore it apart. I destroyed it, Ted. Or Tori. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Volume 10. Clearly the story is not intended to end yet. So, clearly they wanted, like, 2 to 3 more volumes at least. I think 4, maybe. Like, spend, like, another 3... like, they've done 3 volumes per area-ish beforehand. Clearly they wanted to spend more time in Vacuo, and then we would eventually be going back to Vale. At this rate, if we rushed through all that, it's not going to end well. Like, if all of that got crushed into just Volume 10, we're going to spend no time in Vacuo, and we're going to have to get back to Vale eventually, because that's where the last relic is. Thank you, Scarlet Phoenix? Yeah, Scarlet Phoenix. Are you a fan of Zelda? You've used their music a lot in the past, but you never talk about it. I'm a big fan of Zelda. I love Zelda. I especially love their music. I don't talk about it. I have nothing to really say. It doesn't help that I did not like Breath of the Wild, and I did not play Tears of the Kingdom. And if I didn't like Breath of the Wild, I'm obviously not gonna like the same game again with Tears of the Kingdom. So I just haven't had anything to really say about it in recent years. My favorite was Twilight Princess, personally. The best music comes from Ocarina of Time, though. Yes, I love Zelda. Thank you, Scarlet Phoenix. I smell Volume 10 will be in the Vacuo DLC book. Maybe. It's so... Yeah, the fact that they didn't announce anything at RTX, you're right. Thank you again, Wild Pilot. Do you think the true reason for the time skip is so Rose Garden shakes off the grooming allegations? Maybe? I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't think the writers care enough about that to think about that kind of thing. You know? And I don't think... Like, a part of me is like, they're not gonna do Rose Garden. But there was that one scene in Volume 7, you know, where Ruby and Oscar were like, heh, see you later, heh. So maybe, I don't know. They're not good at writing romance. Anything could happen. You know, they might just try to avoid it entirely. I don't know. Why didn't I like Breath of the Wild? It's so many things. I don't like open world games like that. Like, I like having objectives and missions. Like, I've been playing a bunch of Baldur's Gate 3, which you could say is an open world game, but I have, like, missions. I can open up my journal and see, like, I need to talk to Tim or whatever. I need to go to the goblins or whatever, you know? I like having objectives and missions, and a lot of Breath of the Wild, especially when people say a lot of the quote-unquote fun is getting to run around and do whatever you want. Well, what I want to do is complete my list of chores, you know? I like completing chores, and I think that's fun. Also, I don't like the, breaking weapon mechanic. I think it's more aggravating than anything else. I like collecting new weapons so I can solve old puzzles. I really like that mechanic, and we don't get that here. You just have a weapon and it breaks, so then you replace it with something similar, and I'm not into that. I hate cooking in video games, and a lot of that game is just grabbing your grubby Zelda hands all over every food item and, like, monster part to alchemize things and cook things, and I hate doing that in video games. I liked it when dungeons look distinct and the divine beasts all look the same. And I think that's very boring. The bosses all look the same. I think that's very boring. Just a lot of the things I like about Zelda are not present in this game. I like really robust NPCs, like really distinct, interesting people, even if they aren't, like, important to the story, just like a noticeable NPC's design or actions, like anyone from Ocarina of Time I could think of. The Carpenters, you know, the lady with her chickens, lots of cool stuff. Malin, you know, Ingo, the whole ranch, and you just don't get that in Breath of the Wild. So, just everything I like about Zelda is not present in that game. It's fine. I watched my sister play it. It's fine. Do I play Kingdom Hearts? No. No, I do not. I played the first one. I didn't beat it. Maleficent was too hard. I think that was the final boss. I think it was Maleficent. I know I made it to the end. She was too hard. Grinding is very boring in that game. It was fine. It was neat. I really love Donald and Goofy. I thought they were absolutely fantastic. I really loved their dynamic with Sora. I thought that was great. But I never played more than that one. They're hard to find. And, like, I don't know. I don't like Disney that much, you know? Thank you, Not All That Evil. What if I said Tears solves all those issues but the cooking? See, I appreciate the super chat, but I wouldn't believe you, because I watched Scott the Waz's review of Tears of the Kingdom, and it doesn't look like they changed enough to satisfy me. And I also don't want to go into the sky, and I don't want to go underground, so nothing about that game entices me at all. But whatever. It's okay. You know what I'm excited for? Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Oh my god! I'm gonna play that game all the time. I love that game. That's what I've been into lately. I just can't wait for the Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door to come back. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. It's so good. Alright. Maleficent was not the final boss? She wasn't? Oh no, I definitely thought she was. I couldn't beat her. I was stuck on Maleficent, and I assumed she was the final boss. Ooh, whoopsie. Have I ever played Among Us? I have not ever played Among Us. Here's the problem. I don't like lying. I'm bad at lying, and I'm too trusting. Like, I would be so bad at that game. I would be bothered that I can't just finish my tasks. That's all I want to do in video games. Just give me a list of chores for me to accomplish. That's what I want. That's what I think is fun. Alright, I've been chatting for, what is this, like 2 hours? It's been almost 2 hours. Is there anything else we want to talk about? I should wrap up soon, probably. Do I have a Discord group? I do not. Sorry. I don't, here's the thing, I'm in several. Like, I'm in the Sketchy Huntsman Discord group. I don't talk. I just don't, like, I don't have anything to say, you know? I'm a lurker, and it makes me feel weird, because then when I do chime in, it just seems like I'm just like this horrible creature hidden in the background that comes out every now and then to scare everybody, and then I barely say anything. Thank you, Cool Turkey. How much would it cost to buy the RWBY IP and reset? I don't think I could afford RWBY. And here's the thing. I wouldn't... man. If I did buy it... Nuzlocke win? Which one? The one we were streaming? I might not get back to that one. It was very stressful. That was another reason why I stopped streaming. Like, the gameplay stuff was stressing me out. Like, it wasn't, like, as smooth of a frame rate as I wanted it to be. And also, Nuzlocks are stressful. So, maybe another Nuzlocke sometime. If I did buy RWBY, I don't know if I would reset it. But if I bought RWBY, I would buy it just to resell it. You know, just to make sure I could sell it to the right people who does have the care and funding to animate it and write it with the proper amount of quality that I think it deserves. Does that make sense? So, oh yeah, I was saying about Discord. Yeah, I don't talk in Discords. I have, like, one that's for my Ever After High, Neverland project that I've been working on, and just to make sure everyone's files is in one place and I can communicate with them properly. And I feel weird because even with that one, I'm barely like people will like post their things and they're like, "Yay, good job, you're cool," and I barely say anything because I'm just like I'm happy, but I don't feel like I need to say I'm happy. So then when I do come in and say something, I just feel like it's like I'm just lurking there in the background staring at you. So yeah, I don't have a Discord. There would be nothing I would want to talk about. So, no, Mr. Log won't come back. Maybe we'll get back to it. I mean, we might. We'll see how I feel. You know, I just came back for now, you know. I felt like I had to stream. Look at me. I'm a witch surrounded by pumpkins in my pumpkin patch, and it's October. I couldn't let this go to waste in October. Traumatized by Picnic Her Liz. It was the whale incident that really did it. Oh man. RWBY could be sold to either HBO or Warner Bros. They already own it. What do you mean? They already own. Warner Brothers owns HBO and RWBY. They own Rooster Teeth. Who would care for it? I would think Disney might not be great because they're being weird lately. Here's the thing, I would think maybe leaning towards more indie, like A24, you know, something like that, to like someone who's more willing to be flexible with creative licenses and stuff. So, it is Friday the 13th. It's hard to remember. I was so prepared. Like, if something... Because when I started, I was like, I don't remember how technology works. It's gonna be bad. Everyone will make fun of me, and I won't remember how to stream properly. I was so set and ready to, like, totally blame Friday the 13th on it. But everything went fine. I heard about the Ever After High Neverland project. Yeah! Everyone has been cast. I have almost everyone's audio files by now, which is fantastic. So yeah, that should be happening soon. Probably not November. Probably either December or January is when that's gonna be ready. So, it's very cool. It's very exciting. Everyone does such a great job with their performances. I'm blown away at how good everyone is. My arms are so buff. You'd think so. I'm just thick. I'm just a thick girl. Thank you, Magma. How could someone get your opinions on their fan character designs and story? I want to make team licorice. Licorice? Like the candy? Is that how it's spelled? And sculpt/model my own characters. Cool. I'm going to... You could DM me on Twitter if you wanted to. That's the one I'm most likely to respond to. If you want to sculpt/model your own characters... like in Blender or something, because I've been using Vroid Studio, and I think that's really good for, like, figuring out certain things on a character. It's also easy because it comes rigged with a skeleton for animation, which is the hard part for me. Like, building a skeleton in Blender is so, like an armature, it's so hard. I've been working on it, I've been trying to get better at it, and everything else I've gotten better at, and I've harnessed my skills more and more. But building an armature, it hits the part of my brain that doesn't work good. So, yeah, if you DM me on Twitter, like, you know, if you give me, like, a bunch of stuff, I might not be, like I'm not going to answer a million questions type of deal. But yeah, I'll totally, like, take a look at them and stuff. Yeah. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for stream. My voice is getting sore and I ran out of water. And I got other stuff to do. I gotta go back to editing my next video, which is gonna be very exciting. Very, very October appropriate. I'm excited. And I guess that's it. Would Critter handle a Metroidvania well? No. No. God, no. I hate Metroidvanias. I get lost too easily. I get nervous. And I don't know which way I'm supposed to go. I'd be bad. I'd be very bad at it. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to me rant about RWBY, because it's been on my mind, and I'm like waiting to talk about it. And I wanted to talk about the teaser and the trailer for Justice League. It comes out next week, like within a couple of days, you know? October 17th, right? I don't know why they won't just tell me the date in any of their teasers or trailers. Whatever. But it's been on my mind, so it's been cool getting to just talk about it and getting it out there. Have fun, and drink water, and be good, and behave yourselves, and have a good time. Thanks for showing up. Thank you, everyone who donated super chats. That's really cool of you. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.